Philip with Awaken Entrepreneurship coming at you. Chances are that your boss is not interested in your personal development when it comes to outside your job. Why? Simple, because he might lose you as an employee. I'll tell you a little story. Back in 2010, when I was working in real estate, I was writing a book at the time, my first book, and I was working in real estate full time. But I made sure that I came to this little Starbucks across the street from the office every morning, every weekday morning, about 7:30 in the morning, so I could get about 60 to 90 minutes of writing before I got in the office. I was writing the book, but I had no idea how to sell it once I have written it. And of course, they say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Certain training transpired on the internet. This guru was launching his new program. It was $2,000, or you could do 3 payments of like $800 each. I was sitting at my desk in the office. I had just come from the Starbucks. I turned on my computer and I wanted to watch the presentation, but there was really nobody in the office. I didn't know my boss was in the office. And I turned on the computer. I started watching. So I was watching this presentation by this guru, and I was pretty much set on getting that program. The problem was I had only about $18 in my bank account. The good news was I could overdraw my account by about $1,000, so I was on good terms with my bank. I was sitting there watching the presentation, thinking whether I should invest or not, and my mind was pretty much made up. I was looking for this last piece of motivation to do it for me, and I would pull the trigger. And I was watching that video by this guru, and about midway through this guru's presentation, I noticed that my broker, basically my boss, is standing over my shoulder looking at what I'm watching. And he's reading the headline, and the headline above the video was something like learn how to sell products online, digital products online, and create your own business. Now, he looked at me, I looked at him. It was a little awkward for me because I'm in the real estate office watching a presentation by this internet guru. And he said, "You know, Philip, these internet millionaires, they're a dime a dozen." And he just walked off. He was a cool guy, so it was really no problem. But as soon as he said that, he confirmed it for me, because I don't know what he meant to say, but what he said in effect was, "Philip, these internet millionaires, they do actually exist, and it is not impossible to become one." And when he said that, and I thought about what he said, and I immediately just pulled out my credit card and I just filled in information, and I got the training. I registered. So I got this 3 payment option. I registered, I made the rest of the payments in the next 3 months, and I never looked back, because that was my first internet marketing training. That was my first marketing training ever. So I started off right, because in the next several years I sold hundreds and hundreds of my products, ebooks. Then I launched this home study course. It really worked out. So I turned that $2,400 that I invested into a lot more. So it really did work. But the point I'm trying to make is, your boss will not be happy with you doing that kind of stuff, which is fine. Remember, your environment is not going to be necessarily excited about your success. And we're talking about not just your boss, because your boss is an obvious one, but your friends are a little bit less obvious. That's a little bit less obvious. You know, if they don't really celebrate your successes with you, they really don't care. And you cannot blame them, because you and they are on different, you vibrate on different frequencies. You could be very close friends, but who you are deep inside is very different from who he or she is deep inside, because everybody is so uniquely individual. So my message to you is, do not be afraid of getting in touch with who you are as an entrepreneur. Seek that individuality as an entrepreneur. What is that thing that you know you should be doing but you're afraid to try, or something is preventing you, including your environment?